Throwing knives have been added to the game. They are a 6 telecrystal purchase under the weaponry tab that have forced syndicate branded throwing knives perfect for embedding into the body of your victims. It does indeed come in this little cardboard box. Each knife is a 1x2. The knives do 10/15 piercing when thrown, and they do 5 slash per hit, but they attack twice a second. As the name implies, they're throwing knives, so you throw them, they land on someone, they do the 25 damage. They're not armor piercing. You can throw them fairly far. If you set up a decent keybind to throw them quickly, you actually can get fairly decent damage with this, and since it is slash and pierce, it's really good for making people bleed. But if they're wearing any form of armor that reduces slash or pierce, you won't be able to crit them with just all 4 knives landing. There's definitely some high potential with comboing this with the pneumatic cannon, though. The pneumatic cannon can be set to automatic and it shoots twice a second, so you can really rapid fire some throwing knives into someone, which is about 50 DPS. Of course, that would cost a lot of TC, but if you kill someone, you can just re-put the knives back into the cannon, so this has a chance of being a very economical weapon. Monkey reinforcements now only cost 6 telecrystals, which makes them actually twice as cheap as the reinforcement, but of course, they can't actually really talk to you. They can fully understand you, but they don't come with any extra equipment, and monkeys typically don't have as long of lives as people do in Space Station 14. Loneops actually now spawn with 60 telecrystals instead of 40. They're already alone, but with that extra telecrystals, you could actually purchase an ally and still have more telecrystals than you did before. So you could choose to not be so alone if you don't want to be, or you could just buy a ridiculous amount of weapons and ammo and hope you could take this station on by yourself. Romerol now actually works on dead people. So if you purchase the zombie bundle and inject a corpse with Romerol, it will actually instantly infect them, so you have to be rather cautious with this. But you can use this to great effect of infecting somebody with Romerol who's about to die, rather than somebody who's actually dead. But in the case of that, that would also just sort of do the same thing. But either way, if you find a corpse, you can inject it with Romerol now, rather than having to use it on somebody who's about to die or yourself. Initial Infected can now see other Initial Infected. You can also see zombified entities as well. Budget insulated gloves are less likely to be insulated overall, and much more likely to do additional damage to you. This is a chart that shows the different multipliers. If it rolls a 0, that means they're insulated. If it rolls anything other than that, they're not insulated. The higher the number, the more multiplied damage you'll take. So even with the worst rolled budget insulated gloves, if you're hacking a vending machine, you only take about 60 damage. So you can never completely fry yourself alive if you're being safe with them, but it makes testing them more of a risk and less likely overall to be insulated. Different departments have different wires on their doors now. So for example, if I snip the right wire on this cargo door, it will bolt it. But if I snip the right wire on this medical door, it does not bolt it. So you will have to actually either preemptively hack specific doors of the departments you're wanting to break into, or just hack them as you go and not be able to memorize them quite as easily. Slippery objects now actually have to be on the ground in order to slip on them. You can't just toss a bar of soap across an entire room and slip every person who comes in contact with it. It now actually has to be on the floor before it can slip anyone, so there's no more bars of soap slipping 30 people being thrown down a hallway. The Medhud has received some new icons. People who are not in a critical condition have this blue cross icon. People in a critical condition have 2 exclamation points. People who are dead but can still be saved have this like EKG symbol. And people who are completely dead beyond reviving have a skull symbol. So this lets people with medical HUDs be able to more quickly identify who's priority and who isn't priority for being healed. Spray paints have been added to the game. You can buy a crate of them for 2,000 bucks. That comes with 10 different cans of paint. And the way spray paint works is you press D to pop open the can, and you can spray paint basically anything. So I can spray paint this chair black. You can even spray paint things like doors. You can spray paint all of them if you wish. You can now fit most guns on your suit slot. Not all of them have visual still, like putting a pistol on your suit slot doesn't actually give you a visual. You can put like a droid's on your back, you can see the gun strapped to your back. Put something like a bulldog, you'll see the larger spread of the bulldog on your back. So it's just a way to be able to store your guns more conveniently, and it looks really awesome. The time at which you take pressure damage has been changed. Before you start actually taking low pressure damage, the pressure in the room has to drop to 20 kPa instead of 50. You still get the indicator about 50 kPa, but this does give you some extra time, especially in larger rooms before you start dying from low pressure. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Wanting to thank all of our maintainers and contributors for all their hard work to the game, and thank you for watching.